you guys could hear me. What's up, Tammy? D Nice. Can you guys hear me? Put a 1 if you can hear me. Delay Lux. What is up, guys? Heather, whatever. Wendy, Julissa, Wink Sheepberry, what's up? Yes, you guys can hear me. Because something went weird because I can't hear me in my headphones, which is weird. Happy Monday. So what did you guys do this past weekend? Sorry for being kind of MIA. I was at Escape Halloween. A music festival, had a blast with Lewis. I had so much fun. It wasn't it was tiring because of all the walking, but I had so much fun. Logical Spock, what is up? Gunner Girl. I had so much fun. My feet are still hurting, believe it or not. I was at work today and I was like, oh, my feet still hurt. Wendy goes, love the clips from Lewis. Spirit of the trees. D Nice made terrariums with my best friend and watched Five Nights at Freddy. It was all right. Oh yeah, I forgot. It's on Peacock. Julissa goes, the music festival looks so much fun. I got to see friends this weekend. That's so cool. What made it even funner because it was like a Halloween themed music festival, so that was even cool. Like we went into it said Butcher. The building on the outside said Butcher, and I was like, hey, what's that? We didn't go in there. So we went in there, and I guess it was kind of like a girl came out and screamed. It made me laugh more than made me jump. And then when we went in, there was a guy DJing, and he was playing like industrial music, and they had like body bags hanging from the ceiling, and like body parts like decorated all over the place. I thought that room was so cool. And then they had like a circus. So they had like guy there's the the muscle man dude with where they hit the you hit the thing and see if you could hit the bell on the top. I don't know what you call that thing. But like an old school circus, so it was kind of cool. And then they had, oh my gosh, they had skeletons. I was in heaven. They had these cool, they had like this tower of bones. I took a picture. I should post it on Telegram. I took a picture in front of a tower of bones, and then they had like just skeletons like just sitting at a pew because they had pews set up in a stage for performances. So I took a picture next to the skeleton, and they had these huge skeletons with lights with lampshades on the top. I thought that was kind of cool. But I had so much fun. Not to mention that we saw some cool DJs too as well. Billy Cat, what's up? But it was a lot of walking, but fun. And they had different stages. Like one was the Grim. The Grim had this huge, like Grim Reaper looking thing, but a skeleton. But it was a cloaked skeleton, and it would move with the DJ. The DJ was like in front of it, and it would be moving. Just imagine being on the stage, like mixing on that stage. That stage was just amazing. And then they had the sewer district, and I think it was called sewer district, something like that. And it had these big shipping containers. Like it was just like the stages were just amazing. D Nice is asking when we'll be seeing you mix on stage. I'm not that good. You know what? To be honest with you, I probably some of those artists that been mixing for a very long time, I don't feel so bad because they go off beat. So I don't feel so bad anymore. Wake Shaper goes, I love old school scary stuff like Hammer horror movies. But yeah, I had so much, and then we were sitting because they had like a I lost him. There was like a silent disco, like in the middle of it all too. They had like 5 stages and then a silent disco where you put headphones on and there's a guy mixing. And in the distance, you could see these big old freaking, I don't know what they were, like mummies or skeletons, and they were walking. It was so cool. Oh my God, I had so much fun. I'm all talking about the decorations more than and the silent disco was like a graveyard. So it was like it was super cool. Where the heck is my phone? Sorry guys. It was like a graveyard and then it had sayings on the graveyard, on the gravestones. And one of the gravestones was eat, sleep, grave, repeat. Thank you, Heather Whatever, for your PayPal. Happy almost Halloween hearts for Heather Whatever, guys. Melissa Smith, what's up? Ah, that sucks, Billy Cat. I hate when that happens. But glad you were able to make it. Chris Barber, what's up? Happy Halloween. Well, it's Halloween Eve. Nikki, what's up? And then of course, we saw one of the DJs and I wanted to be up front and he had the bass all the way up. And I had earplugs on though. Lewis didn't, so I think Lewis went deaf. But yeah, it's like he was bringing in the bass. And then of course there were those DJs that went, "All right, guys, how's everyone out?" You know, they talk and they're like, 1, 2, 3, jump. And I was like, oh. Gunner Train's asking who's gonna start the membership train. Heather Whatever's like, watch out for that hand. I know he has a mind of its own. He likes to fall out off. Melissa Smith goes, I want to open a funeral home, call it Yodu instead of YOLO. Wink Shapeberry's asking, what is my favorite scary movie? It is, I like slasher films. My favorite slasher, I do like Friday the 13th. That's one of my favorites. Like I love Hellraiser, Terrifier. I'm like really into Terrifier right now. I like Art the Clown. D Nice is asking who found, but I'm pretty much like I like all horror movies. I even like the cheesy ones. D Nice goes, who found our duck? It is hidden behind me somewhere. I hope you guys can see it. Oh yeah, you can. The skeleton duck is somewhere to be found in my background. I do move it. Courtesy of D Nice. She gave me the idea. I'm gonna run out of spaces though, because there's only so much I can put them to where you could see them. He kind of blends in the background this time. But Alyssa goes, you only die once would make them spend more. True. True. I'll still D Nice. I'll try to get creative. I still have spots I could put it. If I have to hang them somewhere, I will. But Skeleduck is in the background somewhere. Heather Whatever goes, Groucho Marx had a duck that dropped down on a string with the secret word. Super cool. All right, guys, I have a few articles we're going to go through and then we'll get into the topic since Halloween is tomorrow. So I figured I would check out Halloween traditions around the world. Julissa, maybe. I'm not going to give it away. Chris Barber sees them. D Nice goes, I swear you have one of the most entertaining spooky channels. Thank you, D Nice. I really appreciate that. Chris is asking which movies you watch and gonna watch. Halloween trilogy 2018 to 2022. What have I watched so far? I've watched Last Voyage of the Dementor. I didn't really, it was alright. Saw a fan film, Never Hike Alone 2, which is a Friday 13th fan film. It's on YouTube, guys, if you ever, from Womp Stomp Films, I believe. And I thought it was actually really good. Considering for it to be for it being a fan film, I really did enjoy it. And I am a fan of Friday 13th, so I thought that was cool. I saw Totally Killer, which is like a it was on, where was it on? Prime. I thought that was cool. I want to try to catch Five Nights at Freddy's, and I think there's something else I want to catch too. And then I started rewatching Bram Stoker's Dracula to cleanse my soul from Last Voyage of Dementor. Wendy goes, that's a right hand, Lisa. I want to send you a set. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it is. That's what I heard, Chris, but I want to check it out anyways. I'm not a fan of the game or anything, but just want to check it out. Spirit of the Trees goes, we watched Totally Killer with Nerd Report on Telegram. Julissa saw Five Nights at Freddy's on Friday. It's entertaining. I heard, like, if you're a fan of it, you would like it, but if you're not, then it's like kind of. Chris also might watch Adam's Family TV show. That's cool. That is cool. I watch that one every once in a while. I do love it. Logical Spock, there's always one song you play on Halloween, Toccata in Fugue in D minor. Wendy goes, do you want coffin shape? I don't think he would look good with coffin shape, Wendy. D Nice goes, have you seen the movie with David Harbour? We Have Ghosts. It's such a sweet movie. No, I haven't. That's Julissa. That's probably where I'm going to watch it, on Peacock. No way, Melissa Smith. It's not even. Melissa goes, I tried to watch Totally Killer with my mom and daughter, 20-year-old, and they said it was too scary. We stopped about 30 minutes from the end. It's really not, to be honest with you. It's like a quirky. Wake Shaper goes, the Adam Family movies were cool, so I'm not sure what I'm going to watch tomorrow. I have to think of it. Probably going to do the Five Nights at Freddy. Might do something else too. Yeah, Melissa, it's like a cheesy, like, fun horror film that's not really scary. Chris Barber Five Nights at Freddy is a video game, but they made Blumhouse put out a film. I believe it's Blumhouse put out a film for Five Nights at Freddy, and it simultaneously came out in theaters and streaming, which a lot of places were doing during the big C, but some of them stopped because they want to keep movie theaters alive, which I get it, but I was surprised that Five Nights at Freddy did the movie and the streaming. And then of course I watched my my Ghost Adventures and Jack Osborne. Well, I still have to watch Jack Osborne's Night of Terror. They went to Virginia City, Nevada, which is a place I want to go. So I have to check that out. Andre, what's up? Invisible Rose, what is up? Wendy goes, give me the scary psychological thriller. I know Lewis is going to interview. I don't know if I'm supposed to drop the ball, but he's going to interview. I think he already told you guys in Telegram. He's going to interview Eli Roth for Thanksgiving. I was like, oh, because I can't wait to see that film. Chris Barber, I think Jack's show is on the Travel Channel because I watch it on HBO Max or Max. It's on Discovery Plus too. I think it's the Travel Channel. One of those. I think it's the Travel Channel. And I know he had interviewed Eli Roth for another film a couple years ago, so that's kind of cool that he's getting to interview him for Thanksgiving, which is it's both of our favorite genres, so it's kind of cool. And I'm a huge fan of Eli Roth. No, he's interviewed him for the Green Inferno too as well. So he's interviewed him several times. Check out, I don't know, yeah, check out Nuke the Fridge. He should have the on YouTube here. He should have the interviews up with Eli Roth somewhere in the mix. Wake Shapeberry goes, I watched Jack with his fam on that collected spooky houses location. They also have a podcast too where they talk about nonsense. Spirit of the Trees likes Eli Roth too. So that's going to be pretty cool. Stay tuned. Keep your eyes peeled on Nuke the Fridge for that one. And then I also saw that the creator here of Terrifier, he had mentioned that he wants to make a Friday the 13th film. I'm not sure if any of you guys caught that. He was saying that it was one of his favorite films and he would like to bring his vision to it, which I think would be cool because we haven't had a new vision of Friday. Well, I mean, there's not much you could do with Friday the 13th, but I would be down to see. He's probably gonna make it gory though, because that's what Terrifier is like, gory. Melissa Smith says, I told my daughter the MO from Modern Family was totally killer. So maybe she had a different expectation of them. Maybe. No, Spirit of the Trees, I have not seen Gen V. Oh, Wake Shapeberry, was it that place where there are all those old houses brought to I know which one you're talking about, just can't think of it right now. I'm gonna say it wrong though. Heritage Lane. It was in Los Angeles, right? Wake Shapeberry, or the LA area? Or Heritage Square, I believe is what it's called. Yes. Cheryl, what's up? Andre goes the next Friday the 13th of the month of October. Won't be till 2029. Isn't it like every. That's a long time. So we were kind of lucky to be able to see one. Gunner Girl's asking who's going to start the membership train. D Nice goes, yes, Heritage. I have not gone there. I've been wanting to go there. I know Ghost Adventures went there to do an investigation this past season. And I knew exactly where it was when they were doing the intro and they were standing in front of the gates. Matthew, what's up? Matthew goes, Red MGM Amazon is thinking of having a Poltergeist TV series. Hope it's good as. Oh, I heard about that. I saw that. I'm hoping it's good. Bernadette, what's up? As my voice is cracking. All right, guys, let's get into the spooky stuff. This one's Halloween around the world. I kind of got the site from Water Dragon. Spirit of the Trees, thank you for being a member for 5 months. Already on the membership chain. Who wants to join? Hearts for Spirit of the Trees for being a part of the Wolf Pack for 5 months, guys. Thank you, Spirit of the Trees. I kind of got this site from Water Dragon, and I kind of was looking through and I found this cool article. Halloween around the world. India's ancestors honoring festivals. And I also have to end, we will go how Halloween is celebrated around the world as well. Welcome back, Wyron's Horde readers, to the 4th installment of our series on Halloween celebrations around the world. This week, we embark on a journey to India, a land rich in culture and tradition that beautifully weave together the threads of life and death. While Halloween may not have a direct counterpart in India, the subcontinent boasts a tapestry of festivals dedicated to remembering and honoring the departed. Narak Chaturdashi, unveiling the veil between worlds. In the sacred tapestry of Indian festivals, Narak Chaturdashi holds a special place. Celebrated on the 14th day of Krishna Pak in the Kartik month, the day is a poignant reminder of the connection between the living and the departed. Families come together to perform rituals and prayers calling upon the spirits of their 14 forefathers. It is a day of both connection and release as the ancestors are welcomed and then gently ushered back to the netherworld. In West Bengal, the same day is known as Boot Chaturdashi. I wish I knew how to really pronounce it. I'm probably butchering it. This celebration precedes the grandeur of Kali Puja, which is synonymous with Diwali in North India. As the veil between realms thins, it is believed that ancestors. Thank you, Melissa, for gifting 5 memberships. Hearts for Melissa, guys, and welcome Matthew, Nikki, Gunner Girl, Invisible Rose, Logical Spock. To the Wolf Pack, hearts for Melissa and all the new Wolf Pack members. Thank you, Melissa, and welcome to the family, Wolf Pack new members. Hearts for y'all. And thanks again, Melissa. The celebration precedes the grandeur of Kali Puja, which is synonymous with Diwali in North India. As the veil between realms thins, it's believed that ancestors visit their earthly homes. To guide them, families place 14 diyas around the house, ensuring that the forefathers don't lose their way in the ethereal transitions. Pitru Paksha, a 16-day tapestry of ancestral devotion. Pitru Paksha, spanning 16 days, is another thread in this rich tapestry. It is a time when Hindus across the country dedicate themselves to honoring their ancestors. Through rituals involving offerings of food and water, families seek to ensure the well being and happiness of their departed loved ones. This festival beautifully encapsulates the idea that familiar ties and responsibilities extend beyond the earthly realm. Shab-e Barat, illuminating destiny in the Muslim community. In the Islamic community, Shab-e Barat is celebrated on the 14th night of the Sha'aban. This night is a sacred time when Muslims visit the graves of their loved ones, offering prayers and seeking blessings for the departed souls. It is a belief that on this night, Allah inscribes the destiny of individuals for the coming year based on their deeds. Shab e Barat is a solemn yet hopeful celebration, emphasizing the interconnectedness of faith, fate, and faith. A tapestry woven with family specific rituals. Beyond these major festivals, there exists a myriad of family specific rituals and celebrations dedicated to remembering departed souls. These rituals vary across regions, communities, and families, creating a diverse mosaic of remembrance that reflects the rich culture fabric of India. In essence, while Halloween may not have a direct counterpart in India, the country's festivals centered around the remembrance of ancestors offer a unique and deeply spiritual way of acknowledging the thin veil between life and death. It is a celebration of continuity, a recognition that the threads of family, love, and respect extend far beyond the boundaries of the tangible world. As we continue our journey through the global tapestry of Halloween celebrations, let India's festivals of remembrance serve as a reminder that in every corner of the world, the human spirit weaves threads of connection that endures beyond the boundaries of time and space. Guys, what did you think of that article? I like that article. It was well written, and I like how it ended. Shelly goes, I love hearing about other country celebration. I do too. Wendy goes, are you doing a live tomorrow? I'm not sure. I've been thinking about it. Let's see if I can, but I'm not sure. Melissa goes, you guys are my threads of connection. Heather, whatever goes, a very respectful tradition. It is. It very is. D nice bucket list, go to India. I am fascinated with the traditions of India right now. Um, with Hinduism and so wouldn't mind going to India one day. Be a cool country to visit. I don't know about the plane. Cause me and planes don't mix. But I do like hearing other traditions that other countries have. Spirit of the Trees, I studied Hinduism, loved it. I'm very fascinated with it actually. Shelly goes, the clothes in India are pretty spiffy. They're beautiful. I have a coworker who's from India, who's also a Hindu, and she always tells me these different celebrations that they have. I'm very interested. I think they're pretty cool. She was telling me one that was like a friendship one, and I thought that where all the family comes, and she's like, I have to make all this food, and I thought it was kind of cool. Spirit of the Tree says, I had to do a project for college where I studied a religion I knew nothing about. It completely changed my worldview. Julissa goes, they have very cool traditions. The food in India is delicious. Andre goes, I was invited to an Indian wedding once and it was very colorful, very good experience. D Nice goes, oh same, I traveled all my life, but last experience was traumatic. It was similar to the Karen on the plane incident, but like 2015. Oh, that's crazy. Matthew go, I agree, Matthew. Everywhere has greatness. Unfortunately, everywhere has jerks too. That is true. I do agree with you on that one, Matthew. Super true. Spirit of the Trees goes, they worship many gods and goddesses that are all part of one creator, which fascinates the hell out of me. And the next article I got was from Spirit of the Trees. And guys, if you do have a spooky article, story, UFO related, unexplained, that you would like to send me, you could email me at graysonreport13 at gmail.com. And I will read it on my next stream or when I get a chance to read it on my next stream. So this next one is from Spirit of the Trees. She shared it with me, so I'm going to share it with y'all today. If I remember how to share my screen. No. And this is the most haunted spot in every state. And I know I did something similar in another stream. And if you do, D Nice did drop the email in the chat. So if you guys have a cool article you want to share, a spooky story, personal spooky story you have, or UFO, could be UFO related. I love stories. Go ahead and send it to graysonreport13 at gmail.com. Doof doof paranormal, what's up? So this is the most haunted spot in every state. From the Insider. From homes and hotels to churches and cemeteries, there are spots that are said to be haunted all over the US. Insider examined local legends and historic sites to determine the most haunted locations in every state, with many having reported ghost sightings, strange occurrences, or bloody histories. Here are the most haunted spots in every state. Oh, we see some beautiful Halloween nail wraps. Alabama, Sloss Furnace, Birmingham. The Sloss furnaces are now a historic national landmark, but in the late 19th century, they produced iron, which was then turned into steel. James Slag Wormwood was the boss of the furnaces, and it's said that he put his employees through some pretty inhumane conditions. Labor laws didn't exist at the time, and temperatures in the furnaces often reached over 100 degrees. A total of 47 men died with Wormwood as their boss, and even Wormwood himself lost his life in the furnace when he slipped and fell into the iron ore, causing his body to melt. Ooh. Travel South USA reported. Wormwood and his workers are believed to haunt the furnaces to this day. Try to say wormwood 1,000 times. Oh my gosh, that's a tongue twister. Again, the beautiful nail wraps. Alaska, Kennecott. Kennecott or Kencott is a remote Alaskan town that has been mostly abandoned since 1950. Doof doof paranormal! Thank you for the super chat. Candy for you for Halloween. Thank you. Hearts for doof doof paranormal, guys. Thank you. The town was a hub for copper mining from 1911 to 1939, but after the area's copper supply was diminished, Kencott's population dwindled. Today, Many rickety wooden buildings still stand in Kencott, and many people believe that they are haunted by former miners and railroad workers, the Anchorage Daily News reported. Arizona Lost Dutchman State Park, Apache Junction. That's a beautiful picture, actually. The Lost Dutchman gold mine is believed to be situated in a state park in Apache Junction, Arizona, although its exact location is unclear. The park is said to be haunted by the spirit of people who died over the years searching for the mine, the Phoenix News Time reported. Nerd report in the house! Arkansas Crescent Hotel, Eureka Springs. I actually kind of want to go there. The Crescent Hotel in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, prides itself on its statuses as a haunted hotel. Guests can participate in ghost tours and potentially catch a glimpse of several ghosts who reportedly frequent the property, including one who's known as the Girl in the Mist. California, 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 Bodie. According to the California Department of Parks and Recreation, Bodie, California, is a ghost town turned state park that offers a taste of life during the gold rush of the late 1800s. Many homes and other buildings are still standing in the town today. Some people believe that the town is haunted by former residents, according to Legends of America. Colorado, St. Elmo. St. Elmo, Colorado was a thriving mining town in the late 1800s, though it was abandoned as soon as the mines in the area shut down, History Colorado reported. The ghost town has been well maintained so visitors can get a sense of life in the late 19th century. They might even catch a glimpse of ghosts of former residents. There's a particularly popular ghost story of Annabelle Stark, a woman from St. Elmo who continued to live there even after the town was entirely abandoned. Oh, D Nice is going, where is the skeleton love making music? I forgot to turn it on. Or the alien love making music, as Bernadette wants to say. I don't even know what to put. Night driving? Oh, here, we'll do this one. There you go. I don't want it too loud. I should have put this one on. Now I want to dance. Actually, Bernadette, I think this is a little too fast for alien love making music, but that's all right. It'll be quick. Connecticut, Old Newgate Prison, East Granby. The Old Newgate Prison was the first prison in the state of Colorado, operating from 1773 to 1827. Most notably, it used to hold prisoners of war during the Revolutionary War. Many people believe that the site is haunted by soldiers and prisoners who died while trying to escape the prison. Delaware, Fort Delaware, Delaware City. Fort Delaware is located on its own island, which is only accessible by ferry. It was built as a Union fortress during the Civil War and was later used as a prison for Confederate soldiers. Many prisoners died while held captive, and their ghosts are believed to haunt the property today. Delaware, Florida, I can't talk today. Florida, Old St. John's Country Jail, St. Augustine. The old St. John's Country Jail no longer houses inmates, although the spirit of many of St. Augustine, the violent criminals, reportedly still haunt the historic jail. The jail is now a museum, and visitors can go on nighttime ghost and gravestone tours. try to spot the ghost for themselves. That sounds interesting. I am breaking up. I wonder why. Maybe it's the music? That is weird because all I did was turn the music on. I turned the music off. Yeah, it was music. Maybe you get the music was sounding. I'll turn the music off. Alright, I turned music off. Maybe it was the music. Georgia Lucas Theater, Savannah. Aside from being a beautiful southern city with tons of history, Savannah, Georgia is also said to be haunted. The Lucas Theater is just one of the city's haunted locales. According to a local Savannah ghost tour company, visitors to the historic theater have reported ghost sightings, including shadowy figures and sounds of applause, even when there's no one around.
Well, do you
Hawaii,
mind if I come in here and talk while you fix that?
it should be fixed.
Mine's not working either.
I hear you.
What the heck?
They said it's better without the music. And then Lewis disappeared. You were working, Lewis. Bernadette goes, "Oh crap, that's Lewis." I was like a ghost voice. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, "Huh?" Andre goes, "The Peru aliens found Lewis." Cheryl, what's up? If you're in the chat, I did not see you, so I'm going to give you a shout out. Cheryl, what's up? I see you now. All right, this is Hawaii, Lolani Palace, Honolulu. The Lolani Palace was once home to Hawaii's royalty, although today it serves as a museum of Hawaiian history. Queen Lilu Okalani and other Hawaiian royals are said to haunt the palace. One room in the museum is notorious for supernatural activity. Visitors have reported hearing mysterious music and chanting, Honolulu Magazine reported. Idaho, Old Idaho Penitentiary, Boise. According to the Idaho State Historical Society, the Old Idaho Penitentiary housed some of the area's most dangerous criminals for over 100 years until it closed in 1973. Visitors can now explore the expansive property in Boise, including jail cells that are reportedly haunted by former inmates. Melissa, I should have looked that one up. What are the most popular Halloween candies in countries? That would have been kind of cool. Illinois, Congress Plaza Hotel, Chicago. That sign looks creepy. The Congress Plaza Hotel in Chicago, Illinois, almost has too many ghost stories to count. The hotel was built for the World's Fair in 1893, and there have been tales of paranormal activity ever since. For example, the serial killer H. Holmes is said to have lured his victims to the hotel. Hotel guests have also reported seeing the ghost of Al Capone and a ghost called Peg Leg Johnny around the property. Choose, Chicago reported. And if all that isn't spooky enough, the hotel is reportedly the inspiration behind Stephen King's short story, 1408. Andre goes, Chicago always has the most activity, whether alive or dead. True. Panda Bear, what is up? Heather Salvatore! Thank you for your PayPal. Sounds better after the music was off, even though I did not hear music. Anyways, right up of Granby, Connecticut is a MA reserve that has bridges and stonework from the prison. It is so cool to walk there. Hearts for Heather Salvatore, guys. Thank you, Heather Salvatore. Indiana Medical History Museum, Indianapolis. The Indiana Medical History Museum is located in the oldest surviving pathology building in the country. It is also said to be haunted by the spirits of former patients of Central State Hospital. The museum, located in Indianapolis, Indianapolis, is home to recreations of amphitheaters and laboratories that were once used by the hospital, which treated a variety of different mental health related illnesses from 1848 until the late 1990s. Iowa, the Vasilla Axe Murder House, Vasilla, Iowa. According to the House official website, 6 members of the Moore family plus 2 house guests were brutally killed by an axe murderer who was never identified on June 10th, 1912. Their restless spirits are said to still haunt the grounds. Guests can visit the house during the daytime, but to experience it in its full creepiness, you can make a reservation to spend the night. I wonder how backed up the reservations for that is. Like how bad, like if it's backed up years in advance. That's crazy. I would dare to spend a night there. I don't know about you guys. I would. Kansas, Stoll Cemetery, Stoll. A haunted cemetery? No surprise there. However, Stoll Cemetery in Kansas is known to be particularly spooky. The cemetery is located in a tiny, nearly abandoned town outside Lawrence. It has reportedly been the site of witchcraft and other supernatural activity over the years. According to the blog American Hauntings, there's even a local legend that claims that one of the 7 gateways to hell is located in the cemetery. Kentucky, the Waverly Hills Sanatorium, Louisville. The Waverly Hills Sanatorium started at a 1-room schoolhouse in the late 1800s. The Board of Tuberculosis Hotel later purchased the land and built the sanatorium, which opened in 1910 as a small quarantine for tuberculosis patients. The large building that now sits abandoned was built in 1926 in response to the need for a larger facility. The sanatorium could house over 400 patients. Waverly Hills was its own community, complete with a zip code, post office, and water treatment facility. Everyone in the sanatorium, patients, nurses, doctors, were cut off from the outside world. It closed in 1961 after an antibiotic that cured tuberculosis was discovered. However, it's believed that some patients never left and still haunt the grounds. Visitors can participate in ghost tours during the fall season on the hospital grounds. Louisville, Louisiana, Louis Cemetery, number 1, New Orleans. One of the most notable people buried in the St. Louis Cemetery, number 1, in New Orleans, Louisiana, is Marie Laveau, a voodoo priestess who died in 1881, according to the New Orleans Historical Society. Given her unique profession, many people believe Laveau's spirit remains present in the cemetery to this day. According to Atlas Obscura, actor Nicolas Cage has reportedly bought a burial tomb in the cemetery, so there's no telling about the cemetery's haunted future. So, future haunting by Nicolas Cage? Maine, Wood Island Lighthouse, Saco. The Wood Island Lighthouse is one of the many beautiful lighthouses on Maine's coastline. It differs However, in that it's said to be haunted. In fact, the television show Ghost Hunters visited the lighthouse in 2006 to investigate paranormal activity in the area, according to the official Wood Island Lighthouse website. Okay, Heather Salvatore. Thank you for your PayPal hearts for Heather Salvatore. Not Salvador, Italian, not Salvadorian. T, not a D. Sorry, it drives me, even though it is my children's name, not mine now. Salvatore. Sorry, Heather Salvatore. I think I slur my T's with my D's. But thank you, Heather Salvatore. Hearts for Heather Salvatore, guys. And I apologize for mispronouncing your name. Your last name. Wink Shave Berry does not like ghost hunters? That is a first. I've never heard anyone that said they don't like ghost hunters. I've heard ghost adventures, but not ghost hunters. Maryland. Antietam National Battlefield, Washington County. According to the National Park Service, many people visit the Antietam National Battlefield in Washington County, Maryland, to learn about the history of the Civil War. However, others visit to explore the supernatural activity at the site of the bloodiest battle of the Civil War. Given the site's history, it's understandable why many people believe the battlefield is full of spirits. The area is said to be haunted by the ghosts of the soldiers who were killed there in 1862, the Akron Beacon Journal reported. Massachusetts, the Mount Lenox. The Mount in Lenox, Massachusetts, is a historic state that was once home to the writer Edith Wharton. Aside from being a beautifully restored architectural masterpiece, the state also has a haunted history. When she was alive, Wharton herself often wrote about ghosts, so it's no surprise that her former home may be haunted. Visitors can see for themselves on one of the ghost tours that the estate sponsors, both online and hopefully in person later this season. Michigan, Detroit Masonic Temple, Detroit. From cold spots and doors slamming to old shadows, the Detroit Masonic Temple reportedly has it all. One ghost in particular that is said to haunt the 1,037 room building is that of George D. Mason, one of its architects, according to the Detroit Historical Society. However, while legend goes that Mason, distraught over financial losses and the death of his wife, died by jumping off the top of the 210-foot building, the Historical Society said this isn't true. While the story makes for a great Halloween horror tale, it is not true, the Detroit Historical Society states on its website. George Mason died in 1948 at 91 years old in his home in the Wilshire apartment building on Grand Boulevard. Minnesota, Fitzgerald Theater, St. Paul. The Fitzgerald Theater in St. Paul, Minnesota is the oldest surviving theater in the city, and its long history carries some ghost stories with it. The theater is perhaps best known for its production of Garrison Keller's variety show, A Prairie Home Companion, beginning in 1974. Over the years, visitors to the theater have reported sightings of a ghost named Ben who apparently used to work on the site as a stagehand, according to Minnesota Haunted Houses. Mississippi, King's Tavern, Notches. King Tavern in Notches, Mississippi is now permanently closed, though it once had many stories to go along with its hundreds of years of history, including some that involved ghosts. According to one blog, the ghost of the mistress of the tavern first owner, who is said to have been murdered there, reportedly haunted the restaurant. Holy crap! Andre goes Vasilla murder house overnight stay. Earliest date is January 1st for 500 bucks. 500? Oh, that's not bad. Well, I mean, yeah, for one night though. That's how they stay open. 500 a night. Bernadette goes, "Oh, I thought you said nachos." Oh no, he fell. Where'd he go? I lost thing. Oh no, he fell. I have to figure out a way to put him so he doesn't fall. Oh no, he doesn't want to stay up now. All right, stay. Andre goes, "That's how they pay the mortgage." True. Missouri, Governor's Mansion, Jefferson City. The Governor's Mansion in Jefferson City, Missouri, is one of the state's most beautiful historic buildings, dating all the way back to 1871. In 1882, the governor's family experienced a tragedy when their 9-year-old daughter, Carrie, died from diphtheria. Years later, a construction worker who was renovating the mansion reported seeing a young girl playing in the attic. The News Tribune reported in 2014. Some people believe that he saw the ghost of Carrie, who still remains in the house. Montana, the Daly Mansion, Hamilton. Now a popular wedding and event venue, the Daly Mansion has a haunted history. Over the years, the staff at the estate have reported occurrences of paranormal activity, including a gold picture frame that is frequently found removed from the wall and placed on the ground, the Billings Gazette reported. That is a beautiful place. So no wonder it would be a site for weddings, because it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful venue. Nebraska, the Ball Cemetery, Springfield. The oldest gravestone in Ball Cemetery is reported to be dated 1869, making this historic cemetery one of the oldest in the state. Multiple spirits have been sighted here, including a tall, angry man who has been spotted kicking over gravestones, and a woman named Mary Mumford who has been said to tug at visitors' clothes, according to the Nebraska Haunted Houses. Nevada, the Bowers Mansion, Washoe City. The Bowers Mansion is a stately home in Washoe City, Nevada, with a spooky history. The home once belonged to local millionaire Ellie and Sandy Bowers, and as legend has it, after Sandy died, his wife held seances to try to conjure his spirit, according to the Nevada ghost towns and beyond. It's unclear if she was ever able to get through to her husband, although visitors report seeing mysterious figures around the property to this day. New Hampshire, Alton Town Hall, Alton. This historic government building in Alton, New Hampshire is not only a beautiful landmark, it is also the site of reported paranormal activity, New Hampshire Magazine reported in 2020. Locals have reported seeing furniture that moves, doors that open and close on their own, and hearing mysterious voices. New Jersey, Pine Barrens. There's not one single landmark in Pine Barrens, New Jersey that hosts spirits and mysterious creatures, according to Condé Nast Traveler. The forest spans 7 countries and counties and contains ghost towns galore. During the colonial era, the area was bustling with sawmills, paper mills, and towns to accompany them, but they were all abandoned when coal was discovered in Pennsylvania. According to the Philadelphia Inquirer, it's also said to be home to the infamous Jersey Devil, a beast that the Pinelands Preservation Alliance describes as a kangaroo-like creature with the face of a horse, the head of a dog, bat-like wings, horns, and a tail. New Mexico, the Luna Mansion, Los Lunas. The Luna Mansion was a beautiful estate turned restaurant near Albuquerque, New Mexico, that is now permanently closed. Visitors reported seeing ghosts from the estate's past, including a woman by the name of Josephina, who was the home's interior decorator. According to Legends of America, a rocking chair under her portrait was seen rocking without anyone in it. I hear things, General Manager Farid Hamir told KOAT in 2017. I see things that aren't supposed to happen. Melissa Smith goes, Pine Barrens is haunted. Matthew Coburn goes, if I'm remembering right, learned it pronounced Washu or Washu, that on Walker, Texas Ranger. Chris Barber goes, I drove through the Pine Barrens creepy place. Show, like Washoe. Maybe. I was thinking it's like the Washoe Club. So that's why I was kind of pronouncing it like that, but maybe it is Washoe. Andre goes, Chucky moved his finger. New York, Letchworth Village, Thiels. According to Hudson Valley Magazine, Letchworth Village is a former psychiatric hospital that has fallen into a state of complete disrepair. Located in Thiels, New York, the campus sits on 2,000 acres and includes various medical buildings, dormitories, and a synagogue. Like many hospitals and institutions, Letchworth Village is allegedly haunted by the spirits of former patients and was even featured on the Travel Channel's popular series Ghost Adventures. Was before my time. North Carolina, because I didn't see that Ghost Adventure episode, so that was before my time. North Carolina, Cape Hatteras Lighthouse, Hatteras Island. The Cape Hatteras Lighthouse is an iconic fixture of the North Carolina coastline, said to be haunted by a woman named Theodosia Burr, according to local travel websites. According to the Library of Congress, Burr, the daughter of founding father Aaron Burr, was killed as a result of a shipwreck in 1812. She is believed to haunt the lighthouse and the surrounding shore. North Dakota, Fort Abraham Lincoln Mandan. Fort Abraham Lincoln's history dates all the way back to 1872. George Armstrong Custer, a lieutenant colonel for the Union Army during the Civil War, built the fort but died just 4 years after construction was complete. People who visit the fort today often report seeing the ghost of Custer and his wife on the property. Local news station KX News reported. Heather, whatever goes, I got pulled over by a cop who said, welcome to Washoe County. And I thought, uh-oh. Ohio, Moonville Tunnel, Vinton County. Now overgrown and covered in graffiti, the Moonville Tunnel is a favorite spot among urban explorers and ghost hunters in Ohio. The tunnel was once used by the local railroad, although it has been in disrepair for years. According to local legends, some of the ghosts that haunt the tunnel include an old engineer and railway brakeman. Oklahoma, the Skyvern Hotel, Oklahoma City. Whoa, that is a huge hotel. The unique architecture of the Skirvin Hilton Hotel, which dates back to 1911, is striking. The hotel reportedly even offered a private room where guests could drink alcohol during Prohibition, according to Historic Hotels to America. Opposing NBA teams often stay at the often stay at the Skirvin, the Hilton Hotel when they visit the city to play the Oklahoma City Thunder. Over the years, many players have reported ghost sightings, specifically of a woman named Effie, who died at the hotel, the New York Times reported. Oregon, the Shanghai Tunnels, Portland. According to Travel Portland, the Shanghai Tunnels in Portland get their name from the practice of kidnapping and selling men as workers on ships headed to East Asia. Restless, agitated spirits of men who were drugged and trafficked in the city's ports during the early 19th century are said to haunt the underground tunnels through which they were reportedly sold. Legend has it that the local saloons contained entrances to the tunnels, enabling swindlers to prey on unsuspecting patrons and bring them directly underground before they even knew what was going on. Up until 2023, visitors could also take walking tours to learn more about the dark history of the tunnels, but tours have ended indefinitely. Oh, that sucks. Pennsylvania Eastern State Penitentiary, Philadelphia. During its heyday, Eastern State Penitentiary was one of the most expensive and well-known prisons in the world, according to official Eastern State Penitentiary website. It was built in 1829 and housed big-name criminals like Al Capone and bank robber Slick Willie. Up until overcrowding became a problem in 1913, prisoners were kept in complete solitude at all times. Even when prisoners left their cell, a guard would cover their heads so they couldn't see, and no one could see them. Today, the decaying penitentiary offers ghost tours and a museum. Condé Nast Traveler reported that shadowy figures, laughter, and footsteps have all been reported as paranormal activity within the prison walls. Rhode Island, the Breakers, Newport. The Breakers Mansion is a popular Andre! Thank you for the super chat. Say Skyvern Hilton Hotel 6 times. the Skirvin. I will say it different times the whole time. The Skirvin Hilton Hotel. Skirvin Hilton Hotel. Skirvin Hilton Hotel. Skirvin Hilton Hotel. Skirvin Hilton. That is it. It's tongue twisting because I say it every time I read it. I say it a different way. Hearts for Andre, guys. The Breakers Mansion is a popular museum for tourists in Newport, Rhode Island, but is said to have paranormal activity. Alice Vanderbilt, the matriarch of the wealthy Vanderbilt family in the late 19th and 20th centuries, lived in the mansion for many years after her husband Cornelius died. Her ghost is said to still roam the giant home, according to Nostalgia Providence. South Carolina, Poinsett Bridge, Grenville. Besides bearing the distinction of South Carolina's oldest bridge, Poinsett is also believed by many to be a particularly spooky spot, Condé Nast Traveler reported. The bridge, which was built completely out of stone in 1820, is rumored to be home to multiple ghosts. There's the story of the mason who died while building the bridge. His body is said to be entombed inside of it. There's also the story of a man who died here in a car accident in the 50s and an enslaved person who was near the bridge. South Dakota, the historic Bullock Hotel, Deadwood. The Bullock Hotel in Deadwood, South Dakota is reportedly haunted by Deadwood's first sheriff, Seth Bullock. According to the hotel's website, guests and staff have seen items inexplicably moved by unseen hands and showers turn on out of nowhere. I was going to see how long is this? Oh my god, it's still long. I'll read one more and then we'll get into, because I don't want to run out of time. I'll read a few more and then we'll get on to how Halloween is celebrated around the world. Tennessee, the Orpheum Theater, Mississippi. The Orpheum Theater, Mississippi has survived bankruptcies, a fire, and a threat of demolition since it opened in 1928. According to the theater's website, furnished with 2,000-pound chandeliers and gold leafing. Its stunning interior seats 2,000 people, but there's also plenty of room for spirits. A little girl named Mary is one of the 6 ghosts that have been spotted in the theater, according to Haunted Houses. Performers on stage have spotted her in the audience of their shows, and theatergoers have seen her dancing in the lobby. Wake Shapeberry is asking if I can show the bridge again. This one, the South Carolina Poinsett Bridge. I'll leave it here for a second. Texas, the Alamo, San Antonio. The Alamo is one of the most iconic monuments in the U.S. Since it has such an extensive history, it's understandably why many people think the site is haunted. History buffs interested in paranormal activity can go on ghost tours on the site in hopes of catching a glimpse of the spirit of those who died there during the 1836 Battle of the Alamo. Utah, Fort Douglas Military Museum, Salt Lake City. The Fort Douglas Military Museum used to simply be called Fort Douglas. Located near the University of Utah in Salt Lake City, the military fort dates back to 1862. The Daily Utah Chronicle reported in 2014 that visitors to the museum spoke of sightings of a ghost named Clem, a soldier who died at the fort. Reports of paranormal activity include seeing a figure in Civil War military garb and people feeling something or someone breathing down their necks. No problem, Wake Shapeberry. Melissa goes, that bridge looks like something out of The Hobbit. Vermont, Emily's Bridge, Stowe. New England is known for its beautiful covered bridges. However, Emily's Bridge in Stowe, Vermont is said to be haunted. According to the Vermont Historical Society, local legend has it that sometime between 1849 and 1949, a young woman named Emily killed herself on the bridge after she was jilted by her lover. Local lore goes that her spirit has haunted the area ever since, though the Historical Society claims that there is no evidence showing that anyone died at the site. We'll read one more and then we'll go on to how Halloween is celebrated around the world. Virginia, Stonewall Jackson Memorial Cemetery, Lexington. This cemetery is named after Stonewall Jackson, the Confederate general who is buried on the site. Located in Lexington, Virginia, the cemetery is said to be haunted by Jackson and other soldiers from the Civil War, according to the official Visit Virginia website. If there's not too many left, I can finish. You know what? Maybe I'll finish it. We'll finish it. It's not too many left. Washington, Northern State Mental Hospital, Cedro Woolley. Located in northern Washington, this defunct hospital was once an entirely self-sustained psychiatric hospital. The Northern State Mental Hospital operated from 1912 to 1976, and although it has been closed for many years, many buildings on that property still stand today, according to the Washington Trails Association. It's said that thousands of patients may have died here, and a graveyard behind the old gymnasium has many unmarked graves. However, the Seattle Times recently reported that 2 never before released death registers contain information on patients who died at Northern State Hospital between 1911 and 1963. Some of the hospital's expansive property now operates as a recreation area, although it's said to be haunted by former patients. West Virginia, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, Weston. Originally built as a place of healing, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum welcomed its first patients in 1864. The building, which is the largest hand-cut stone masonry building in North America was built to house 250 people. According to the hospital's official website, it hit its peak in 1950. The psychiatric hospital is home to 2,400 patients, many of whom endured lobotomies and electroshock therapy. Mental health reforms and the building's poor condition caused the hospital to close in 1994. However, many patients died during the facility's 130 functioning years. Some are believed to haunt the building's halls, which is why it attracts visitors and ghost hunters. Visitors interested in scoping out paranormal activity can participate in ghost tours on the site. Wisconsin, the Pfizer Hotel, Milwaukee. The Pfizer Hotel is popular among professional athletes who visit Milwaukee for games. Although the hotel's haunted history has made many guests skeptical about staying there. Guests have reported hearing mysterious knocking sounds and voices. The Los Angeles Times reported in 2005 that Adrian Beltre of the Los Angeles Dodgers, for example, reported that he couldn't sleep during his stay at the Pfizer because of all the strange noises. Wyoming, the historic Occidental Hotel, Buffalo. A stay at the historic Occidental Hotel in Buffalo, Wyoming is like taking a step back in time to the Old West. Famous figures from the era like Butch Cassidy, Calamity Jane, Buffalo Bill, and even President Theodore Roosevelt have visited the hotel over the years. Since the hotel has such a historic past, it's no surprise that some people believe that it is haunted by former guests, and it was even featured on the Travel Channel's Dead Files. So, guys, what did you think of this article? That was a pretty cool article with some interesting places. All right, just checking because my phone was going off. Chris Barber goes good stuff. Lisa Melissa goes the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the mono the mon the Monongahela. My dad is from Pittsburgh, and I had to learn to say that 5 times fast. Oh my gosh. Andre goes, can a deceased alien haunt? I mean, hey, if we die, we haunt, so why not an alien, right? Makes sense. Wake Shapeberry goes, what's weird about England is that some of the scariest sites are quite modern. True. Cheryl King goes, most mental hospitals are haunted. That's true. Because a lot of things happened in those mental hospitals, unfortunately. Cheryl King goes, great stories. Ozzy Walks, what's up? All right, guys, we are going to go into how Halloween is celebrated around the world. And this article is from NPR. Ozzy goes, happy Halloween. It's Halloween here today. Happy Halloween to you too, Ozzy. Do you have any plans today for Halloween? D Nice goes, if you're going to talk about, I sent you something on Instagram. All right, so to start it off, D Nice has sent me. On November 1st of each year, many people in the Philippines celebrate the Day of the Dead called Ara Neg. I'm going to butcher this, D Nice. Or read it after? I kind of started it though. All right, I'll read it after. Guys. Aisha, what's up? It was especially the one from New Jersey where I am from. Cool. Ozzy goes, no real plans, just giving out candy. That's cool. All right, so we're going to start off in this, like I was saying, this article is from NPR, and it's how Halloween is celebrated around the world. And then we have a little tidbit from D Nice. After I started reading it, but she wants me to read it after. While Halloween conjures images of candy and costumes around the US, the holiday looks different across the globe. Here's a breakdown into how the holiday is celebrated in 7 other countries. Mexico. While children in Mexico also go trick or treating on October 31st, it acts as a primer for another celebration, El Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, which takes place on November 1st and 2nd. Observers say the Mexican holiday, which dates back 3,000 years to pre Columbian Mesoamerica, occurs when the gates of heaven open, allowing the spirits of a deceased loved one to be reunited with their still living family. Family members may prepare a feast with the deceased's favorite food or leave gifts on their gravesite. Festival goers will don skull masks and eat skull shaped sweets. And the holiday, once typically celebrated only in rural indigenous parts of the country, is now celebrated in major cities, including the capital of Mexico City. England. The increasing popularity of Halloween in pop culture means that British children may partake in the holiday. But like other countries, it can often be overshadowed by another much larger event, Guy Fawkes Day. On November 5th, British citizens celebrate the failed assassination of King James I by Guy Fawkes and other participants in the plot. Because Fawkes attempted to kill the king with barrels of gunpowder before being found by the authorities and being sentenced to death. The holiday is celebrated with bonfires across the country, and instead of trick or treating for candy, children will walk around asking for a penny for the guy. I've heard of that, but I didn't know. I've heard of Guy Fawkes Day, but I didn't know. That's kind of interesting. I didn't really know like the true meaning behind it, but I've heard of it. Italy. On November 1st, Italians celebrate Ognissanti, or All Saints, a festival with deep religious undertones. While it's common to see Italian holidays dedicated to a specific saint, the holiday is dedicated to all the saints as a whole. How the holiday is celebrated varies from region. In Sicily, the deceased rise from the dead to bring gifts to well behaved children, while children in Sardinia go door to door to ask for offerings from the deceased. Romans will eat a meal near the grave sites of loved ones, while people in the region of Abruzzo and Trentino fashion lanterns by placing candles in pumpkins. Guatemala. Guatemalans also honor the dead during the first couple of days of November. During the Baraletes Gigantes, or giant kites festival, Guatemalans populate the sky with massive colorful kites. The kites, which can go up to 40 feet in the air, are often hand painted and flown over the graves of loved ones who have passed away. The kites are said to represent a bridge between the living and the dead. Japan. Halloween is a new holiday in Japan, and the country is embracing the Western tradition and adding its own influence. Because there are other holidays in Japan meant for celebrating the deceased, including Obon, trick or treating isn't as popular. Instead, Halloween in Japan is all about the costumes. Celebrators who are normally adults will don costumes and head to parties and clubs instead. So Japan kind of makes, I think I read it, Water Dragon had shared an article also that was about Halloween in Japan, and it's more of an adult um celebration, which is kind of cool. Tyranna, what's up? Thank you, Aisha. Guys, hearts for Aisha, new subscriber. Thank you for subscribing, Aisha. Wake Shape Berry, that's where I know about the guy Fox from V for Vendetta. Ireland. It's an understatement to say that Halloween is a big deal in Ireland. It's where the celebration begins in the first place. Halloween, as it's known today, originated from the ancient festival of Samhain, which celebrated the beginning of winter in pagan Ireland more than 2,000 years ago. Festivals take place across the country, from the Puka Festival, which celebrates the folklore behind the Celtic holiday, to the Derry Halloween celebration in the northern part of the island. China. In China, the Qingming Festival, which is celebrated at the beginning of April, is the holiday reserved for celebrating the deceased. The event, which is also known as Tomb Sweeping Day, draws Chinese people to literally sweep and clean the tombs of loved ones. The act is considered to be one of the most respectful acts one can take to honor the deceased. So, guys, what did you think of? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I got one more. I almost forgot about D-Nices. All right. On November 1st, and this is from D-Nice, guys. On November 1st of each year, many people in the Philippines celebrate the Day of the Dead, called Ara Neng Mang Pate. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it. Families visit with their lost loved ones and take time to clean their graves. Unlike Mexico's festivities, the Philippines' Day of the Dead celebration feels more like a family reunion than a wild party. Halloween for us lasts a week. That is super cool, D-Nice. Thank you for sharing. Julissa goes, yes, I was going to say that Halloween was originally a Celtic holiday. These were all very interesting. Chris Barber goes, it's too cold for trick-or-treaters. Cheryl goes, that's cool about all the different rites of Halloween. Melissa says, V for Vendetta's mask is the same as the hacker group Anonymous. Not sure which came first. Both copied Guy Fawkes. The mask is cool, though. You kind of thought it was interesting to see what different cultures, how they celebrate the dead. It's not necessarily trick-or-treating like we do here, but it was kind of interesting to see. Because it's weird that we don't actually celebrate the dead. We kind of mourn the dead more than we celebrate, but in other countries they celebrate. So I thought that was kind of cool. Wendy goes, spooky season is all year. Yep, I celebrate all year round. I make Christmas spooky. Aussie Walks goes, in Scotland and many other Celtic nations, they carve jack-o'-lanterns and turnips for Samhain, Halloween. I always want to say Samhain, but it's Samhain. Super cool, too. Did anyone carve any jack-o'-lanterns? As I got one behind me. Oh, wait a minute. Behind me? That's actually Sam's pumpkin from Trick or Treat. Wendy goes, it's trick or trunk here in the South. They do trick or trunk out here too. The schools do it. Alice, what's up? I think the school had this past weekend they had they probably did that. They did the trick or trunk. D Nice goes, unfortunately no, but me terrariums. That's still cool though, D Nice. Melissa goes, my neighborhood doesn't do Halloween. Mine really doesn't either. I mean, there's one house at the bottom of the hill that decorated for Halloween, but we don't get that many people on my street. I think we're all adult. I mean, there's people that decorated up the hill too, but I don't think we get that many kids. Ozzy goes, "No, but I was just carving with my new rollerblades or attempting to after not blading for 26 years." Oh, that's cool. Heather whatever goes, "I have to fix my fake pumpkin from 1998. It still looks real. My kids carved him too." Oh, that's cool. Super cool. I mean, he's lit, but you can't tell. It probably died. Super cool, Wendy. Alice, I haven't had a I haven't had a chance to put my skeleton crew up. They are in here, but I haven't had a chance to find a spot up there to put them yet. But I will try to do it on my next day off. I tried rollerblading and I couldn't do it. I still like the four wheel skates. Tyrana goes, "There's a lot of trunk or treats at the churches and schools here too." Yeah, the church. Yeah, same here. I think the church down the street they have a free. It's funny with the churches though. They what's on the flyer. Because I don't know if they had it on the flyer this year, but I remember when they were like, "No devil costumes." And I was like, "What?" But yeah, the church down in this area, they usually have the parking lot and they make it like all. I've never been to it though, but you could kind of see like they have stuff, the lights and all that when you drive by. Cheryl King, trunk or treat is basically where a bunch of cars in a parking lot and they have their trunk open and they decorate and they hand out candy. They decorate their trunk like spooky or however they want it. They like decorate their trunk like they would their house on the outside. Like they put decorations like pumpkins and then they pass out candy. I've never actually been to one, but I've seen them. Yeah, it was actually on the flyer, like no devil costumes. And I was like, "What?" Melissa Smith goes, "My neighborhood is older people too, and it is a modest neighborhood among very affluent neighborhoods that give out the full size candy. I just give out Vegemite." Yeah, there's mostly, I think on my street, there's not that many kids. We've all grown up basically. So they don't really come down my street too much. Chris Barber goes, "I'll dress like a devil and look in at people." But never went to it, but I thought it was funny because I saw the flyer online and it was like, "No devil costumes." I think it said something else too, but I don't remember. And then I've never, like I said, I've never been to a trunk or treat or trick or trunk or however it's called either, but I've seen them. Alice goes, "I dressed up as Jason Voorhees. That's super cool. He's my favorite slasher." D Nice goes, "My neighborhood is dark, so no one really goes here." Yeah, if it's dark, they won't. I think mine is too, because nobody's lit up. So, except for the house on the corner. The house on the corner, they just moved here. I think they've been here for 2 years. Oh no, a year. So I think they actually decorate for Halloween and stuff, and I thought that was kind of weird. But I mean, it brings like it lights up the neighborhood, so I think it's kind of cool. Aisha goes, "This reminds me of my trip to Camp Bernie telling scary stories around the fireplace." Cool beans. Andre goes, they should pass something in every city during Halloween that verifies that household where candies are given aren't from pedos so we can keep our kids safer and make parents aware. Andre, though, they have to register as they have to register so people do know that they are in the neighborhoods. But my city has it where if you're gonna they have a map of houses that are giving out candy. You just have to register. So technically, they kind of know already because well, here at least, I don't know about, I'm pretty sure in other states too. Melissa goes, my daughter and I decided the scariest thing in the world would be to turn around and a face is in the window. Wouldn't even have to be a scary face. True. True. Alice goes, my neighborhood is so dead. I know mine kind of, I mean, there's a few houses, like I walk up the hill, there's a house that's decorated, walk down, go on the other side of the neighborhood. They got the 12-foot skeleton, but not that many people decorate on this side. Cheryl goes, I worry what some people would give the kids. Yeah, you never know. That's why it's always good to check your kids' bags before they even eat anything, just to make sure. Alice goes, we decorated too. That is cool. Chris Barber, I know, but some kids they still do when the house lights are not. Because I don't have my house lights on, and I would get people ringing the doorbell, and I'd be like, "What?" Because I don't really pass that county, or usually I'm not home. And then, like I said, it's usually pretty dark. I mean, there's the street lights, but then nobody has their lights on. But I think, like I said, most people are gonna go by the map that my city put or someone put together in the city to let people know which houses are giving out candy, which is kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool. But it's not like when I was a kid. Like when I was a kid, this neighborhood, every house was giving away candy, but not now because I think we all grew up. D Nice goes, where Jennifer Marie used to live near there. People go nuts on Halloween. Crowds of people come to trick or treat. Wendy goes, leave an empty bowl with the sign, take one with a few wrappers, two birds with Jennifer Marie! What's up? As my voice is cracking. Chris Berger goes, I think people are afraid to go door to door nowadays. Maybe. That could be it. Heather Whatever goes, I don't get lots of trick or treaters, but I get lots of candy. Guess who eats it? Andre goes, Halloween is a night I can practice my Chucky laugh. Honestly, I think any of us could go trick or treating. We just have to put a mask on. They would, they wouldn't know this difference. Just as long as we're not super tall, you know what I mean? People, I always wanted to try that. Like put a mask on and go trick or treat. They would, so they would think you're like this teenager. I always wanted to try it just for the hell of it. Because I mean, they wouldn't know the difference if you were like you just go trick or treat. Chris Barber goes, I used to get older teens that were not even dressed up. Heather whatever goes, I'm tall, but my dad was 6'4" and dressed up like a witch to answer the door. That is cool. That's cool. Melissa says, should we name November 1st National Upload Ring Doorbell Videos for Karen stealing candy from those take one? That sucks. Like, people want to at least give candy out to the neighborhood kids, and then someone goes over there and takes the whole bowl. That sucks. It does. Because they're being nice enough, like, they don't want to pass out candy, but they're being nice enough to give out candy on the honor system, and people toss it. Take the whole thing. That kind of sucks. It's like, dude, you have a whole neighborhood to go to. Why are you going to take it from one person? Really sucks when that happens. Alice just going out to eat. Julissa goes, that happened to me once. I wish they would have left my cute spider bowl. I know, they take the bowl too. It's like, what? That Chris Barber, that's what I did. I would only take like 3. Or 1, even that 1 or 2. That's I kind of, or 3 at the most. Chris Barber goes, when I was a kid, I only took a small handful. Yeah, I would. I wouldn't take the whole thing. Because it was your neighbor doing something nice, even though they didn't want to pass out candy, but they were still wanted to give candy out. So there are honest kids out there, but a lot of times you see the videos of the kids. Ozzy goes, Halloween wasn't a thing here in Australia when I was a kid. My generation, Gen X, used to wish we had Halloween like in the US. Now it's huge here. That is weird, Ozzy. So Ozzy, how long have you celebrated Halloween there? So did it start recently, or has it been going on for some time? Aisha goes, I just got through watching Carrie, and that movie would freak me out. I haven't seen that movie in so long. I gotta rewatch it. The ending of Carrie with the hand coming out of the of the grave. Oh. Andre goes, I'm just gonna stay home here in Massachusetts. Who knows what crazy will happen? True. Wake Sheepberry goes, play a spooky video. I don't have any. I couldn't find any spooky videos, Wake Sheepberry, because I wanted to play some because I haven't played any in a while, but I couldn't find any like good ones. I don't want one of those TikTok ones where they make a living off of making fake videos. Because some of them are. I do like the Reese's peanut butter cups. Bernadette goes, I miss the next door couple that used to give out huge candy bars and wine bottles and beer to the parents. That's cool. Hey, they gave to everyone. That's pretty cool. Tyrana goes, I just watched The People Under the Stairs. I'm gonna try to catch Five Nights at Freddy tomorrow. Super cool neighbors that Bernadette had. Alice Martinez, I agree. The original Carrie is better than the remake. Ozzy said the 90s it took off. Ozzy said in the 90s it took off. Okay, so it wasn't recent, but it's been fairly new considering we've been celebrating for quite some time. Definitely. Believe it or not, people are buying $22 bags of candy. That's crazy. Chris Barber goes, remakes suck most of the time. They do, believe it or not. Melissa goes, my last neighborhood had candy for kids and wine for parents. The adults would trick or treat with wine glasses. That's super cool. I've never been in a neighborhood that did that. They only, like, my neighborhood just pretty much passes out candy. So I think that's kind of cool. Matthew goes, the Carrie remake was supposed to follow the book more, but the studio interfered to make it more like the original film. Cheryl goes, Halloween isn't big in Tasmania. Audrey goes, I miss the neighborhoods you used to give out all the cash during Halloween. Made you read that, and I suck at spelling. Alice is gonna buy popcorn and watch scary movies. Matthew goes, that's is what the remake director wanted it to be. Heather whatever got the cheese popcorn from Walmart. Jennifer Marie goes, it's going to be so cold tomorrow night. I hope my kids only want to hit up like 10 houses so I can return back to my warm bed. Matthew goes, I like getting the pennies. You can buy your own candy with them. Aisha goes, I seen two remakes and the original will always be number one. The original is always the best. It always is. The remake, they always try to make it like, or reimagining is kind of what they say now, but it's like what they say in Scream, or Sydney says in Scream, don't F with the original. Heather whatever goes, Psycho is good. That's what I'll watch. I don't know what else I want to watch. I'm trying to think of what else I can add on there to watch. Oh, there was out. I don't think it's out yet though. I always forget the name of it. Talk to Me. I want to see that, but I don't think it's out on streaming yet. Like on a streaming service. I think you can buy it to watch it, but I don't think it's out on a streaming. I just want to see what the hype was it because everyone said it was good. Alice wants to watch Carrie and Halloween. Jennifer Marie goes, I will be rocking the iconic Ken White coat while out, though. There was something else I wanted to see. Oh, guys, if you guys have Max, The Nun 2 is on there. If you guys want to check it out. I just noticed it on there. I was like, damn, that was quick. The Talk to Me. Let me see if I can find a synopsis. Okay, Talk to Me. Wait a minute. Hold on. Talk to Me. Synopsis. Is this the film? I'm trying to find it. I don't want to know about the ending because I haven't seen it yet. Or a review. Oh my gosh, I put synopsis and it's like, what happened to the ending of Talk to Me? I was like, I don't want to see the ending. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm waiting. I think it's going to be on streaming next month, though. I could have sworn I saw something saying like the end of next month. I think it's this one. It is this one. All right. Is there a synopsis? Plot summary. Did anybody put... No one wrote a synopsis on IMDb for it. Like, what the heck? Is that the same film? Because there's one that says, like, Talk to Me with the number 2, which is the one I want to see. And then there's Talk to Me where they spell it out. No, because this one came out in 2023, right? Follows Talk to Me 2022. Well, I want bastards. No, I'm just kidding. Brandon, what's up? Cobwebs. That's the one I wanted to see too. Chris Barber goes, Cobwebs is free now, though. Oh, where is that? I forgot about that. See, I'm going bird. That I wanted to see too. Because that looks interesting. All right, well, the 2022 Talk to Me without the 2, because the one I want to see is the one with the 2. Talk to Me. Because there's no, like, synopsis for that one. It just wants to give me the Talk to Me with it spelled out T-O. Talk to Me. But it says it's related to it. So maybe it's saying is a 2022 Australian supernatural horror film directed by Danny and Michael Philippou, and written by Danny and Bill Heinzman with the Danny Philippou, based on a concept by Dealey Pearson. It stars Sophie Wilde, Alexandra Jensen, Joe Bird, Otis Dang G, Miranda Otto, Zoe Turikis, Chris Alasso, Marcus Johnson, and Alexandria Stefan. The film follows a group of teenagers who discover that they are able to connect spirits using a mysterious and bulbed hand, only for things to go too far. I know, Brandon. Brandon goes, how is there not a synopsis? There's not on IMDb, which makes no sense. Melissa goes, when it was going to be bad weather, I would ask my kids if they want a bag full of their favorite candy and trick or treat only at close neighbors, or take a chance on other candy and stay out longer. Andre goes, no one wrote a synopsis because it's too expensive to watch. Aisha goes, what about Megan? I saw Megan and I don't know, I wasn't too impressed with it. I liked the idea and concept of it, but I wasn't impressed. Chris Barber goes, Prime. Okay, I gotta check out Cobwebs too. The doll is insane. I agree, Aisha. But I just felt like it was something I've seen before, like with Chucky and all that. So it didn't really impress me. Cobwebs is on Prime. Aisha, Rosemary's Baby is a crazy movie. Stephanie, what's up? Jeffrey's like, now I want to watch Rosemary's Baby. That movie, it kind of messes with you because you're like, what the? That, at least I am throughout the entire movie. I'm like, what the F? Bernadette goes, I didn't know that was the little girl from Megan judging the costume contest at Mad Monster. Oops. Julissa, it's like I call it like a mind F, like it messes with your mind type of movie. Melissa goes, there's a movie, Megan. I watched Meg 2 is on Max too. I saw. That reminds me, Melissa Smith. The Meg, and thought it was going to be about the royals. The Meg 2, I think, is on Max too. I think I saw it. Alice Martinez, Rosemary Baby is more like a I feel like it's more like a psychological type of movie where you're going, what the F throughout the entire movie. Exorcist is classic. Chris Barber goes, the shark is sweeter than Megan. Alice is in a dark room alone. Andre goes, I always loved a good what the F. You know what other Suspiria? Suspiria is like that too. Suspiria is a what the F. Like, I'm like, what the F? Throughout the entire movie. Chris. A Quiet Place is crazy. I really like Aisha. I really love that film. Tirana definitely revisited. It's like I don't feel like it's scary. The last time I saw it, it's more like you want to keep watching because you want to know what's going on. Like it's like what? What? I have to rewatch it. I have to rewatch it because it's been a while since I watched it. All right, Jennifer Marie. Melissa Smith goes, the Meg 2 needs to be seen on a big screen. I fell asleep watching it on my laptop, but it's just not a great movie for a small screen. Gotcha, Melissa. Well, I was planning on watching it on a big screen. Chris Berg goes, I finally watched A Quiet Place 1 and 2. The Omen, a great film. I know some people that won't watch that film. Bernadette goes, I wish they would make that Alice in Wonderland video game Alice Madness Returns into a movie. That would be so cool. That would be so cool. And there was a book I read that was an Alice in Wonderland. I forgot the name of it. It was so freaking good. But it involved zombies. And it had all the characters from Alice in Wonderland. Oh my god, I wish I could remember that book. It was so good. I loved that book. But it was zombies. But I agree with you, Bernadette. That would be a super cool movie. What was that called? Now that's gonna kill me. Forgot the name of it, but it was a good book. I don't know if it was called Alice in Zombieland. Maybe it was. It had Queen of the Biters. That's what I remember specifically about it. Instead of Queen of Hearts, it was Queen of the Biters. But I can't remember. Maybe it was. Or was it Alice in Deadland? It was Alice in Deadland. Yeah, it was Alice in Deadland. It goes through the looking glass. Alice in Deadland. Yeah, that's what it was called. Alice in Deadland. That was, oh my gosh, it had Queen of the Biters. Oh, I love that book. I agree, Bernadette. They do need a movie like that, like a twist on Alice in Wonderland. The Hills Have Eyes. Oh my gosh, that is a crazy movie. I haven't seen that one in a long time. It was Queen of the Biters. Oh my god, I really love that book. Candyman is actually one of my favorite growing up. Now I watch it though, I'm like, because I watched it recently. I'm like, what? But it was one of my favorite movies growing up. Goonie, there's nothing wrong with the Goonies. Goonies is cool. Alice goes, me and a group of friends, we went to an abandoned school. We went a broken down classroom, and it reminded me of Blair Witch Cabin. It was in Pasadena. Scary night. Super cool, Alice. The Goonies is cool. I haven't seen that movie in years. Just don't say Candyman 3 times. Oh, the Goonies wasn't scary. She was saying the Goonies isn't scary. It's not scary. Chris Berger goes, I just watched The Thing, 1982 for the millionth time last night. Super cool. Never ending story. Oh my gosh. Great. I watched that a billion times when I was a kid. Great film. Not scary, but it's a great film. Brandon did say Candyman 3 times. Nothing happened to him. He's still alive. Nothing happened. Actually, no, Candyman tends to mess with people around you. And then it looks like you did it. There you go. I don't know what happened with that one, Bernadette. That would have been cool though. The desert one with the big worms. Dune? There's Dune too, but Dune's not scary. Bernadette goes, I said Beetlejuice 3 times and nothing. Aisha goes, The Lost Boys. The Lost Boys is a really the at my Mad Monster also has Mad Monster in North Carolina, I believe, and they're having Kiefer Sutherland and the other guy from Lost Boys for signing. And photo ops. I think they're having photo ops too. And they're having super can't think of the name of it. Oh my god, brain fart. Not super Smallville. Tom Welling and what's his face? I can't think. Oh my god. My brain is not working today. So if you guys are near, is it north or south? North Carolina. If you guys are near North Carolina in February 16th through 18th, check it out because Kiefer Sutherland and the other guy will be there, and the Smallville Tom Welling and the actor who played Michael Rosenbaum. There's the name. The actor that played Lex Luthor will be there. Bernadette goes, Lost Boys are the real vampires. They don't sparkle. Yes. Wink Shape Bear goes, Lost Boys is a great movie. I have to revisit that one. I haven't seen that one in a long time. Super long time. And I think it's a lot. The Mad Monster in North Carolina is a lot bigger than the one in Arizona. Or more popular, I should say. Alright, guys, I hate to end this stream because I'm having too much fun. But I have to get to my 9 to 5 in the morning, unfortunately. So, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. And I will be on this Saturday, so I can't wait. I missed you guys this past Saturday. But I will see you on the next one, which will be Saturday at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be there or be squared. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Had fun. And I will see you on the next one. Stay spooky, guys, and good night.